So, Mr. Dresden, you say that any language other than our native English would work to insulate our minds from magic? More or less, yes. So, hypothetically, could I use the Zatanna method from comic books and simply speak English words and phrases backwards? I don't see why not. The coffee shop buzzed with afternoon traffic as I sat across from Dresden, watching him stir his third sugar packet into his already sweet-looking concoction. My notebook lay open between us, covered in hastily scrawled notes from our previous discussions about magical theory. So, just to be clear, I said, tapping my pen against the paper, any language other than our native English would work to insulate our minds from magic? Dresden nodded, taking a careful sip. More or less, yes. The foreign language creates a buffer between your consciousness and the raw power, helps prevent feedback loops. So, hypothetically, I leaned forward, lowering my voice, could I use the Zatanna method from comic books and simply speak English words and phrases backwards? He paused mid-sip, eyes narrowing slightly. I don't see why not. The possibilities started racing through my mind. That would be so much easier than learning Latin or Sanskrit. Easier isn't always better, Dresden warned, setting down his cup. Magic requires precision. One mispronounced syllable. Thgil, I whispered, pointing at his coffee cup. Nothing happened. Dresden's expression hardened. Don't. Come on, what's the worst that could happen? Thgil. I tried again, focusing harder this time. The coffee rippled slightly. Stop. Dresden's voice carried an edge I hadn't heard before. This isn't a game. But I was already hooked. That ripple meant something. That night, alone in my apartment, I practiced. Simple words at first. Poo, Nwad, Nipo, Esulk. Objects started responding, barely perceptible movements at first, then more definitively. Within a week, I could make small objects float. Within 2, I could influence the weather in my immediate vicinity. The power was intoxicating. Then I met Chloe at the university library. She was researching similar theories, and we started practicing together. Our combined efforts produced stronger results. We discovered that certain combinations of backwards words created entirely new effects. Arif DNA Rita and Abmak. We chanted together one evening, watching in awe as steam spiraled into impossible shapes above our heads. That's when things started going wrong. The first incident was minor books rearranging themselves on shelves when we weren't actively casting. Then electronics started malfunctioning around us. Our phones would display messages in reverse, computers would boot up showing mirror image screens. We should stop, Chloe said one day, showing me her hands. The skin was becoming translucent, her veins running backwards through her flesh. This isn't natural. I agreed, but neither of us did. The power was too addictive. Dresden found me 3 weeks later, hunched over my notebook in the same coffee shop. My hair had turned white, and I couldn't speak forwards anymore. Every word came out reversed, even when I wasn't trying to cast spells. I warned you, he said, sliding into the seat across from me. Magic demands respect. It's not about finding shortcuts. Play M, I croaked. Help me. He shook his head slowly. Chloe's gone, you know, completely reversed herself out of existence yesterday. Her timeline ran backwards until she unborn herself. Cold fear gripped my chest. Zeif sight. Fix this. It's not that simple, Dresden sighed. The universe has rules. You and Chloe tried to hack them like some computer code. But magic is alive. It adapts, and right now, it's adapting you. I looked down at my hands. Like Chloe's, they were becoming transparent. But worse, I could see my blood flowing in the wrong direction. There's only one way to stop it, Dresden said, pulling out a thick, leather-bound book. But you'll have to learn Sanskrit. The proper way. No shortcuts this time. Emit? I asked. Time? If we start now? Maybe 6 months, if you survive that long. I grabbed the book with my fading hands, already feeling my memories starting to run backwards. My childhood was becoming clearer while yesterday grew dim. Dresden pushed a cup of coffee towards me. Drink, it'll help slow the regression. And let this be a lesson: sometimes the hard way is the only way. I nodded, trying to ignore the sensation of my heart beating in reverse. 6 months of Sanskrit suddenly didn't seem so bad. Not compared to unmaking myself from existence. Kanat ui, I whispered, and opened the book to page 1.